You're being detained.
On September 30th, 2024, officers responded to assist a landlord with a civil eviction notice. What they encountered raised serious questions under the Fourth Amendment warrantless entry, the limits of landlord consent, and whether probable cause existed before or after resistance began. Here is what the law says about each of those questions, and what comes next will change how you read every eviction assist call on Bodycam.
Thank you. 36 and 52. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, you're outside.
Copy.
I got the knife. She came after him with the knife.
Who did? Her?
Yes.
You didn't give a f that I said I was naked.
She came after you with the knife?
She came at me with the knife.
I don't care because I didn't know who you guys were. No one said
I announced myself on the door. I told you who I was.
Like, I was naked. What the fuck? That's not cool.
What's going on, dear?
Because I just came back. This is my boyfriend's apartment. I didn't know this was about to happen.
Right.
And I didn't know who they were, so I did grab a knife. Don't arrest me. Can I call my people?
You're being detained.
No, let me call my
Relax.
Am I stop? No! Can I call my mom or somebody, please?
Got one.
No!
Lift her up.
No! I didn't even do anything! Why do you have me one place?
I'm resisting. Stand up.
Can I please just call my mom? I didn't even do anything!
Stop.
Oh, wait, can you turn my arm?
Stop.
Turn it back! No, what are you doing?
Make way.
Wait, can you turn my arm back? It hurts!
We will adjust it. Would you stop?
No, bro, this is not cool! I didn't even know y'all was coming here. This is not cool, bro. Get off of me! Can I at least go talk to my boyfriend's mom so she can tell my mom I'm getting locked up or nothing?
All right, take a breather.
No, because I didn't even know, bro. This is not cool. What am I getting arrested for?
Put a knife on the mail. What's the deal?
Dude, can I please go talk to someone? I have a job. Like, I this ain't good, bro. I didn't even do shit. What do y'all like me up for? What? Like, bro, I didn't have no father. You're lying. Can you please tell me I'm getting arrested? Like, bro, what are y'all arresting me for? Get the
Stop.
get off.
Breathe.
Get off of me! I didn't even do anything because I wanted to get dressed.
Relax.
What's funny?
Nothing's funny. No one's
Because
laughing.
they're over there laughing. Would you stop?
Nobody is laughing.
Get
Come
off.
on.
It's
Act like
okay.
an adult, dude.
It's okay. They about to see.
Go.
Can
Yeah.
I call my
How about
mom?
assault? How about assault on a PO? How does that one sound?
Where's Carlos? He all right?
Yes, sir. I was first one here. I made sure he was okay.
Okay.
She was in the back freaking out. The knife was taken away from her prior to.
Okay, so it was her. There's
He
not,
said
no-
she came directly at him with it.
Okay. You good? Yeah. All right. Cool under pressure. Good for you. So, anyone else in the apartment? Any other?
No, she's checking, make sure there's
She's
no
the only
animals. I haven't done a walkthrough yet because everything's on video too.
Okay.
So what happened was I knocked at the door. Okay, the landlord gained access. We knocked the knock.
What's
I
her
identified myself. If this is her, and I think I'm not sure if that's her, but
Oh, Dion, you're Dion?
Oh, I'm walking my dog.
But she was yelling towards him.
So I can like, look at her, she's pounding your window. I don't know who she is because I haven't even having a chance to identify. But we knocked the knock, so she opened the door. She says, "I'm naked," whatever. So I opened it a little bit, you know. I says, "Get this is an eviction, you know. You gotta get whatever." So I went in. Right? She came at me like this with the knife. I backed off. I took my taser out and I pointed at her. Then she put the knife down. And I told her, "Once you just get to your room, if you think you're naked, you got panties and bras, go to your room, get changed. This is an eviction. It's going to happen anyway."
Right.
"I'm naked." I said, "You're not naked. You got a panty and a bra. Go to your room. What are you doing here? Why are you coming at me with a knife?" You know.
All right. any witnesses?
Yeah, the landlord.
Okay, make sure you get a witness statement. Obviously, from the landlord.
If you want a video copy of this,
Yeah, that's all up for the prosecutor's
Yeah.
office.
I always download it to my computer upstairs when I get there. And
Can you put it on a thumb drive?
I probably can, yeah.
Yeah, and I would tag that as evidence.
She didn't actually hit you or anything like that?
No,
She just raised a knife at you?
What name you got on there? What's she saying?
It's Sienna Samantha Nobel.
Oh, it is her. Okay.
So, yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
came.
the-
When I went in,
Huh? I don't think so. She was just flopping. We didn't do anything besides try to pick her up.
I tried calming her down. I said, this is an eviction. Go to your room and change, and it's over. Oh, she didn't come. I opened the door. She came like this with a knife. I pulled my taser, aimed it at her, told her, back off, I'm going to tase you. She threw the knife on the
She
table.
put the knife down.
She put the knife down.
Mom is going to get the animals. With the cat and the dog.
And I told her,
I said it's all right. Go ahead and get the animals. Just get it. And my maintenance guy is, one of them's taking off the lock, the other one's bringing a new lock.
Yeah, she didn't realize it was you. At first, I identified myself at the door. But when I went through it and she went like this, I think she noticed who it was. And when I put my taser on her, then she backed off. And she put it on the table. She never came to like, she got as far as this, you know.
I went to detain her. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, you're here for a lawful purpose. You have to do an investigation.
I went to detain. Yeah, obstructing resistance.
And let the prosecutor decide if they want to do it ag medicine. You knocked on the door, identified yourself?
Oh yeah, we knocked on the door several times.
Several times, and I saw the knife being raised coming at her.
I kept telling
I
her.
did it with ag medicine too.
I kept telling her,
the prosecutor.
bailiff. Huh? I'm trying to see if I can find it so I can show you the video.
I didn't want to say that.
I'll butt out.
What's your first move? Did she kick you? What'd you get told?
She was just flopping. Yeah.
653.
I left them there. You tell me who there are?
55.
No,
And there's probably like 14 or 15.
they're probably doing it for the quarters.
Where do you,
Huh? They're at 9 in Oberlin.
11, 18.
Are they? I thought I saw them a while back.
Yeah, so then I go over to Save-A-Lot. I tried to call them.
Yeah, but usually there's quarters.
Yeah.
So a lot of times what they do is they'll stack them up and then they'll take them all in at one time and get all the quarters.
Oh, you're talking about the little attachment thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't bring them back. So I went over there and I talked to the store manager. She's like, well, I'm going to see if I can get our district manager to get us a truck or something. Or you want to go pick them up? Because I told her, I'm like, there's like 14 of those over there.
That's probably what I think.
I think
So-
the landlord was.
Yeah, I think that's what they do.
I ain't
They
gonna
go
do it.
around, they stack them up, they see them out like that, and then they wait till a month, to get the quarters from
Oh,
You guys got it.
that makes sense.
Before Kay comes to change that lock.
If I do it on thumb drive, I put it. I'll let you guys know. I'm going to do a walkthrough and play this and then.
I said Mom can grab
Okay.
until we change that lock. Okay. One guy's taking one off, the other guy's getting another one.
Is Lorraine that stressful that you all got right here?
Mine's from Wisdom.
Yeah.
Well, yours probably, but him. He looks kind of young.
Young guys, yeah.
How old do you think I am?
I think you're probably in your 30s.
I am 33.
I'm 47.
Are you?
15 years. I have 15 years in the army.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, okay.
Youngin, I'm almost 50.
I'm 54.
You're the same generation as me, Warren. Be quiet. You want to be my older sister. I got sisters that are already 60. I was going to say, I was like, you guys that stressed out here?
Could be worse. I could have a receding hairline.
True.
I'll take the gray.
Am I putting my home address or this address on it?
Yeah, this one.
Which one?
This address.
Bro, I can't breathe in this thing. I need to open the door.
Hey, listen, if you kick my fucking door again,
Shut the fuck up talking to me.
okay, bet you're gonna be no bonded then.
I can't breathe in. If you at least open the door for a second. I'm not gonna run. I swear to God,
I know you're not.
Even if you just crack it, I can't breathe.
Well, maybe if you settle down, you'll be able to breathe. Just relax.
I even get locked up for it. Like, this shit is crazy. Y'all gonna make some extra money that bad?
We don't get paid extra.
I just did. came back yesterday. I have not been in this apartment.
She good? Well, I think, yeah, he's doing the green sheet, yeah.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. The entry into this apartment rests on two separate legal theories. First, third-party consent. Under Payton v. New York, 445 U.S. 573, 1980, a landlord may open a door, but that consent extends only as far as the landlord's own authority. Courts have been clear. A landlord executing a civil eviction order does not automatically authorize law enforcement to enter and arrest occupants. Second, exigent circumstances. Under Kentucky v. King, 563 U.S. 452, 2011, officers may enter without a warrant when an immediate threat to safety exists. The problem here is sequencing the knife threat emerged after entry, not before it. That distinction matters in court, and it was about to become the entire legal battleground of this case. The use of force during the knife confrontation is the cleanest part of this analysis. Under Graham v. Connor, 490 U.S. 386, 1989, reasonableness is judged from the officer's perspective at the moment of decision, not with hindsight. The responding officer drew his taser, created distance, and de-escalated the threat without deployment. The knife was surrendered. No contact occurred. That sequence display, compliance, stand down is textbook use of force continuum applied correctly. But de-escalating a deadly weapon and then making a custodial arrest are two separate legal acts. Each requires its own justification. And the justification for the arrest is where things started to fall apart. For a resisting arrest charge to hold, the underlying arrest must be lawful at the moment resistance begins. That principle is well established under Atwater v. Lago Vista, 532 U.S. 318, 2001, and reinforced by the plain language of Ohio Revised Code, Section 292.1.33, resisting a lawful arrest. The subject's resistance preceded any articulated probable cause on camera. She was told she was being detained. She was not told why. She was not told what crime she had committed. Under Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 1, 1968, a detention requires reasonable, articulable suspicion. A full custodial arrest requires more. If officers cross that line before establishing probable cause, the resisting arrest charge carries a constitutional defect from its inception. The defense attorney in this case will find that argument on page 1 of the file. The subject, Samantha Nobel, was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing official business under Ohio Revised Code Sections 292.1.33 and 292.1.31. Both charges hinge on the same threshold: whether the official act being resisted or obstructed was itself lawful. The obstructing charge presents the closer question it requires, only that she impeded a public employee performing authorized duties. But if the authorization for those duties is constitutionally contested, both charges become vulnerable at the preliminary hearing stage. Case outcome is unknown at the time of this analysis. The responding officer receives a B. The knife encounter was handled with correct tactical judgment distance, less lethal display, no deployment. Evidence was preserved promptly and a witness statement was sought from the landlord. Those are legitimate professional strengths. The deduction comes from the post-disarmament phase. Probable cause for arrest was never articulated on camera before physical restraint began. Verbal commands during handcuffing, including dismissive language toward a visibly distressed subject, fell below the Police Executive Research Forum de-escalation standards that most departments have formally adopted. A conditional response to a handcuff pain complaint, rather than an immediate verification of fit, created unnecessary civil liability exposure. The tactical performance was strong. The arrest procedure was not. Samantha Nobel receives a C+. Surrendering the knife when the taser was displayed was the right decision, and it was the most important one she made. Her verbal account of not recognizing the officers, if accurate, is legally material and creates a credible defense argument. The sustained physical resistance after the knife was down is where her legal position weakened significantly. Under the law, a subject's belief that an arrest is unlawful does not authorize physical defiance. The remedy is a court challenge, not a struggle at the point of arrest. The resistance gave officers documented grounds to escalate control techniques and effectively locked in the charges she is now defending. 3 things this case demonstrates that apply well beyond this one apartment. When law enforcement assists with a civil eviction, the authority to enter and the authority to arrest are not the same thing. They require separate legal foundations, and conflating them creates Fourth Amendment exposure that defense counsel will exploit. Probable cause should be established and, where practical, articulated before physical restraint begins, not inferred from the resistance that follows. And for the subject, compliance after a disarmed confrontation is not surrender. It is the only legal strategy that preserves your rights intact. Resistance at the scene closes every door that a courtroom would have left open. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.